right, we're here with Don Salleroli from Floating World Tattoos and Body Piercings. Don, I'm super excited to be here. This is my first chance to check out your new shop. It's beautiful. Why don't you tell everybody how long you guys have been here?
We're coming up on about 3 years now. We opened up just in time for the pandemic, which kind of sucked, but we definitely managed to squeak our way through it. So
awesome. So 3 years. How has it been being up on South Street now?
It's cool. I like this area of South Street better than the lower portion of South Street where I used to be at. It's definitely less of a, I don't know what you want to say, like less of a boardwalk style shop. You know, when people come here, they're generally coming to get a really cool tattoo, a larger scale tattoo. And we do our fair share of walk-ins as well, but it's generally people that are walking through the door are here for a reason to get a tattoo or a piercing, you know?
Right on. Awesome. Now you said since you came up from the south, more south side, now you were at Philadelphia Eddie's for years. How long were you out there for?
God, it's, I think 13, 14 years at Eddie's. Before that, I was at a brief stint in North Carolina for a year.
Okay.
And then before that, I mean, God, it's about 30 years ago. I think I started on South Street. I was at Old City Tattoo for quite a few years, but here I am.
That's
my
awesome.
own place now.
Right? Yeah. Now, how's it? How are you liking being a shop owner along with Troy? You digging the entire?
It's definitely weird being a shop owner now. It's definitely different than when I just used to work. Like now I have to care about so many other things.
Sure.
I honestly thought it was going to be way easier, but it's not. It's more of a pain in the ass.
Sure.
And being partners with Troy is great. I mean, for the most part, he generally just lets me run the show. We invested in it together, but, you know, as we all know, he lives in Puerto Rico. So he's maybe up here once a month, once every other month. And me and him are really good friends that have gone back for a long time. So, and obviously me working for him forever, he knows I know what to do.
Sure.
It's been a little bit of a learning curve, though. Definitely becoming a boss, you know, but I try not to be the boss, so to speak, right? I think of all the things that I didn't like about working for people, and I try not to be that guy or do those things that would annoy the artists. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Now, Floating World, that's an amazing freaking name. I dig it a lot. Why don't you tell people about the backstory to that?
I've just always been a fan of Japanese style artwork and images of the floating world, you know, which obviously lend to Japanese culture and that kind of thing. I thought it was a cool name. At first we were thinking about Tsunami Tattoo, but then Troy brought up an interesting fact that people would probably have a hard time spelling it. So
yeah, and searching it. Absolutely.
So Floating World was a close second. Or the other one I was thinking of was Howling Lunatic, but
Howling Lunatic.
But a good friend of mine, Soap, said that it sounded more like a craft beer than a tattoo shop name, and I totally agree with him.
Yes, absolutely.
Although Howling Lunatic would be pretty funny.
It's still good. I don't know. It has potential. Maybe something else, you know? That's awesome. You mentioned Soap. How's Soap been?
He's been great. He's kind of chilling, doing a lot more computer work.
Okay.
For Troy these days. She had a baby. So while Soap doesn't necessarily, I would say, care about getting COVID, so to speak.
Sure.
But now that he's got a kid, he's got more to worry about.
More.
You know, if you know him for years, he'd be like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
But now he's kind of like chilling out a little bit more, you know, for the baby and stuff. So
very cool. Very cool. Now I noticed on the floor, and I got a little bit on the video of the dragon painting that's done down there. Now Troy did that, right?
Yeah. When we came in, we'd done the giant koi fish upstairs. Oh, when I say we, he did it. And we had some help from our friend Dale, from Troy's wife. I started helping a little bit, and then my back actually went out, which they all thought I was full of shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
But I wasn't. So I painted about 2 hours on a couple flowers up there, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Getting old sucks. So.
Right, I feel you.
But yeah, Troy just came in and freehanded them, and then we just kind of all helped to color everything in.
That's awesome. It looks great. Now, this is a pretty big studio, a couple levels. How many stations do you guys have set up?
That's a good question. I should probably know this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 stations.
8 stations.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, how is that handled? Like managing, 8 artists and stuff. Is everybody?
Well, we have 3 guys that do walk-ins.
Okay.
Like a traditional style studio.
Sure.
And everyone else rents their booths from us.
Okay.
So,
very cool.
Everyone who rents is basically they're their own boss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They make their own schedules, do what they want, come and go as they please. They pay their rent and they make their money.
Sure. Now, being on South Street, I'm sure you guys do get a lot of walk-in traffic. I noticed just coming in, there were some people on the couch and whatnot waiting. So
yeah, we definitely do get a decent amount of walk-in. And like I said earlier too, it's nice because it's not just tire kickers. You know what I mean?
Sure,
People are
sure.
definitely coming here to get a tattoo or a piercing.
Right. They're not just stopping in.
Yeah, it's not. Oh well, let's go check this place out after a couple beers.
Right.
Even though we get that a little bit. But.
Sure. Now, what other businesses you guys have around here, like on this block here?
There's waxing places, hair salons, nail salons. What else do we got? We had a 7-Eleven, but they went out of business right after COVID.
Did they do Brazilian waxes?
Yes, they do.
Excellent.
They're actually called the Naked Peach.
The Naked Peach.
Exactly.
That is awesome. Very cool.
And coincidentally, the owner's son is actually a tattoo artist over in New Jersey.
Oh, no kidding. Very cool. Very cool. So now your history on South Street, I know a little bit about that, but why don't you tell people about like what South Street was back in the day and just, the whole vibe and when you first got introduced down here,
it was definitely like the Wild Wild West back then.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely crazy. It was busier than I've ever seen anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy. We used to open at 11 o'clock in the morning and there'd be like 2-3 people waiting to the point where you were like, Jesus Christ, let me get in here and get a fucking cup of coffee first,
Mm-hmm.
And, I just kind of thought, wow, this is just Philly. This is the way it's going to be forever. And the more and more shops started opening up, obviously everyone's piece of the pie got a little bit smaller, but it was just crazy back in the heyday, hanging out with Eddie and just doing tons of things I probably shouldn't even talk about.
That's awesome. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. It was really good talking with you, Don.
Right back. Thanks for stopping by, for sure.
Any future plans for Floating World as far as...
Well, I mean, we have upstairs neighbors, and I would love it if they moved out so I could actually put a few more stations upstairs because we're kind of busting at the seams here. I got a few people that have shown interest that wanted to come here and do tattoos, but I just have no more room for anybody at the moment. I actually had an artist who was doing her appointments here, and she had to split and go to another shop so she could pick up more walk-ins. And I just have, I have other walk-in guys, and that's what they do. So I didn't really have walk-in shifts for her.
Sure.
So it'd be nice if I could actually get another, 3 or 4 more stations upstairs.
Right on.
I've already contacted the landlord and told him if they ever move out, I want it.
Right.
We shall see.
The word is in.
Yeah.
You hear that, artist? Possibly chances for more people to work here at Floating World. So stay tuned. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on Floating World's ambitions and things that they're doing. But thanks so much for talking with us,
Awesome,
Don.
yeah.
This was awesome seeing your shop. Best of luck to you and Troy and the entire staff here. You guys got a really great crew doing amazing tattoos. And we at Villain Arts Magazine wish you guys well.
Awesome. Love you guys.